Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are here in the basement of the keep where I have an uninvited guest. There's an Enderman walking around here. I was here pre-stream just putting away some shulker boxes and yeah, we still got some spawning issues. I don't know whether it's happening in here or whether he walked in from somewhere, but like he could have come down from upstairs, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to finish putting things away and then figure out what we're going to be doing today. We, of course, are working on things like the textures and details in the town. Probably going to end up grabbing a lot of these again, but whatever. I also don't need the flint and steel taking up space. And normally I would put away my sword and my bow, but we may want to hang on to those for now. So let's grab, I guess, the book. I'll go take a look around. Good to see all the regulars hanging out in chat, including Roof Pig. So yesterday we finished off this little stable build right next to the parade square. Thought it would be a kind of a good idea to have something like that around here, and I think it fits in pretty well. I'm trying to walk back and forth a little bit, just kind of seeing what it feels like, and there's only a little bit of color there. I don't think it really feels too out of whack. It matches in with the dark oak and the cobble and tough vibe we got going on. So what we didn't get to was just kind of finishing up the details between the builds, and then also I wanted to do something back here where we can designate this area as like maybe some bales of hay, maybe something else back here. Maybe we could have like a larger vat of water or something. And then I don't think I want to change the height of this rock, but this is all very plain and not working. I mean, we could make that a little bit taller, maybe a little bit spikier, perhaps. What would be really interesting is if we did it with some blackstone, but I don't, not blackstone, sorry, deep slate. But I don't know what we are doing yet with the keep, so I may have to wait on that just a little bit. And of course, the other side here needs to be fixed up. And the other side over here. Now here, I think I left myself a note to just say a custom tree or a thicket of bushes would be what would be the best in here. And we've done that to some success in other places, like over here by the curtain wall. I wasn't sure what to put next to one of the towers. So I just made this thicket of bushes and it seems to work okay. Could use maybe a little bit of grass block or something in here, but other than that, like it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't, you know, try to pretend to be something it's not, so we might kind of use that. And we've got texture work and stuff to do here once we finish. I was also looking at the mosaic here in some of my screenshots, and I think I might want to grab some cobblestone. And in the same way that we've done a nice combination here with cobblestone and a block that has a border on it, it might be fun to try to incorporate some of that into the parade square, because what that will give us in the parade square will be a clearer definition of the border. Like right now, the border sort of bleeds a little bit. If we get up higher, you'll see what I mean. Right, so I mean there is a nice border there, but it feels like it's a little bit strange in places where these bleed together. So I'm wondering if we replaced some of the andesite with, well, we could either do a row of andesite, might be worth doing as a trial, like just connect these andesite bits up. And I sort of feel like this is not quite the right kind of border. I don't know. I might want to revisit this a little bit. Either way, this is going to be the easiest thing to start with. So that's what I think we're going to do, because that is on the list. Yeah. Parade square light, define areas above the moat. That's what I meant by this area here and area over here, to kind of define what they are. And I really need to fix these trapdoors, but I guess it depends on how soon 1.20 comes out and whether or not we have to replace the tables and chairs data pack. The only thing that that is a pain in the butt about using data packs and custom textures and things like that, it's the wait and the updating and hoping that they all work when there's a new version of Minecraft that comes out. That's a real pain. So we are going to need bushes. All the green stuff. How are we doing for azalea? Yeah, we should maybe go get some azalea first. Pretty sure I have some to chop down. Actually, do I have... use the hoe instead. Not in the dark, though. Happens a lot with Bedrock mods, too, where they get out of date or they don't work. I think the thing that I should probably do is teach myself the skills to at least write data packs. I can do some custom like WYSIWYG data packs on the construction.ca for recipes and stuff, but you know, like I saw one the other day. There's a universal candle dyeing on Vanilla Tweaks, which I thought was really cool. We need to update our universal dyeing data pack to include wool. Those are all things I can do myself. I don't need to have someone else do them or wait for someone else to update them. But there are other data packs and other things that we're going to lose because the coarse dirt slab no longer works. Welcome to Make You Dizzy Minecraft. What I really need to do is get like a fortune hoe. We don't have to make a stick set of wood. It might be all out of course of rooted dirt as well. That's another recipe I'll probably add is being able to craft rooted dirt. Aldebar, hello, hello. Now, there are some things I miss about modded Minecraft, which are things like having an extended block pickup. Even if it's like, you know, something that you can, like you have to slowly build up over time. Usually a fun thing to have. Oh, there's a hole there. Guess I shouldn't be so quick with the wood, since we all want the leaves first. Ugh. Sometimes it's nice to have a chill resource stream. I get why Pixel Riffs does the chopping Tuesdays. I tend to only just go get stuff as I need it. I've never dedicated like an entire stream, I don't think. I guess unless you count the Abba caving thing that we did as a community, but I don't think that would really count. There's a lot of oak in these. Wish it was acacia. Wish it was a new white wood type. Shots fired. 2 new wood types with 1 new tree type already in game. Although I say that, and updating acacia to have a new wood type is definitely something I think would be a minor update. Like if that was just one thing that they did, I think that would be a cool way to add some value to the minor updates. Because the minor updates, the theme of the minor updates seem to be improving the existing game, whether that's bug fixes, whether that's accessibility additions, whether that's, you know, just UI things or just different stuff that makes more sense. Making, you know, Minecraft feel a little bit more like a modern game. I should have brought some dirt to fill in this hole. Oh look, dirt to fill in this hole. These flowers must, I guess, be for me bone mealing saplings. No, I'm going to keep the flowers. I've been using flowers as I've been decorating. I'm going to keep them. I guess that's one thing that Pixelriffs mentioned about azalea trees is that the oak logs are never out of the reach from the ground, which I guess is the advantage of using them for oak. I mean, it's a more efficient way to get oak wood because you're going to get azalea leaves. The only thing you're not going to get is oak leaves, but I think people tend to prefer azalea leaves most of the time anyway. Where have I been using flowers? Every now and again. There was flowers in a house somewhere at some point in some time. I remember that. That's a thing that I did. Pretty sure it's the flower house next to the flower shop. Fill those up. Put these back. Well, that's full. Whoops. All right, so we're going to need probably both these kinds of bushes. Green bin. That can actually... That's the flowers. That's the one that I want. Bone meal. Landscaping box. Moss. And then I'll probably need to come back for some of this stuff. This should be it, I think. We're just going to make a bush. Yeah, so we're going to extend, I think, this area here. Stuff here. know if we're going to use mangrove change color, I think. We'll try a little bit of both. So we sort of have things going here. I'm wondering if I started to pop that up here. Yeah, it's not too bad. Oh, I didn't bring any concrete powder. I don't think I want a tree here. I don't think a tree there would make much sense. Just trying to think about what this could be used for instead of just having a thicket. Because I could have the bushes be over here, but then we could still use this little space for something, but I don't know what. I guess we could have a couple of things maybe piled outside of this spot, but this is just like storage and then the tunnel that goes underneath the road. Well, I guess that looks okay. Maybe we'll do a couple different kinds of bushes. See what that looks like from the other side. We're going to need to go to the jungle and get some jungle leaves soon. I think that's a better transition. I don't think I brought any grass either. Hunter 555, hello, hello. I guess we'll go with grass, dirt, and forgot the all-important other bits. Well, it's going to be a big project. I am looking forward to redoing some of the keep. think it might be worth just redoing the texture here, starting from scratch. Oops. Don't like how square that is. Should have brought more stone. That's what I should have done. All right, so if that comes up there, then maybe this could go across like this. Now, is that visible from down here? A little bit, but it makes it dark, so I'm okay with it. I don't think I like it when it doubles up like that. Be interesting to try and get this to look right. Maybe at this point it would be good to have it more like a twist here. I'm also missing blocks there. How long have I been doing Twitch? Ooh, I want to say it's about 5 years. I don't actually remember. I believe... Was I streaming before we started this Spawn Chunks podcast? I feel like the Spawn Chunks podcast was kind of like what gave me the push to do the streaming thing. I mean, an easy way to check would be to listen to the outro credits on the first episode of the Spawn Chunks and whether or not I mentioned Twitch. I'm pretty sure I do. Pretty sure I was streaming before. Cosmic's confirming, yes, you were streaming just before the Spawn Chunks, not long before. Yeah, that makes sense. That would mean about 5 years. That would be correct, about 5 years. So I think I was doing videos on the Citadel for the first year before I started streaming. There's a point around when I did the inn on the bridge, I think, in Dartmouth Meadows. I think that's when I started streaming. Darker Scarlet, the build is going pretty well. We're putting in a little bit of a thicket on this side because we can't think of anything else to do here. So whoops. See, this is where moss carpet comes in very handy. Normally I would do roots, but I'm kind of wondering how that would look. I really can't tell the difference. The roots do look a little bit better, I think. And then I think I wanted this to be azalea. Feels a little bit even, doesn't it? Whoops. Whoa. Shovel is too powerful. I don't know whether long grass back here is going to look good or not. Whoops, did not mean to come all the way down here. Ah, it feels a little bit tall. Curse of the too powerful shovel. Yeah, that's a real issue. Yeah, I feel like that's a nice kind of fade out of the path. I wouldn't mind maybe finishing this off with some stone bricks. I think that's what I did on the other side. We've got this path on the other side that worked out very well because it was something that went around here, but it gives a nice edge to this. So let's take that across here. And maybe this can all be bricks. With a little bit of texture as it kind of fades away. Animal, good to see you. I heard a really fun kind of quote online. I think it was on Blindwave on YouTube, and it was a party without cake is just a meeting, and that made me laugh. I was like, yeah. I guess by logic, then a meeting with cake is now a party. I don't know why anybody would want to go back here. There's no real way to get down. Doesn't really work there. The moss carpet doesn't change enough to look good on the mangrove leaves. I don't know about that. What do we think about having it tall like that? Feels like more of a barrier, I guess. Maybe if I put another one back here. Or if I remove that one. That works better. So we'll just switch this out. That doesn't work. What about putting roots and then moss? Yes, I like that. No, I don't like the light grass back there. So we'll have to put something else in there. I guess we could do more of the same. We could do another root with a carpet. This becomes very straight, very flat. I wonder if I'd fudge this a little bit here. Yeah, I like that better. See, you said you don't know why anybody would be going back there, and I'm totally going back there. Sometimes you can't control the logic. I mean, I guess people might want to look at the waterfall, but like you can only get so close before it just becomes, you know, a place that feels like you shouldn't be here. Oh, it's too close. How did we handle the bricks on this side? We don't like that. It's just all bricks right up until the edge. Okay. All bricks right up to the edge. Okay, so the only thing we've done differently over here is just these smooth stones, but I think I like that transition, so that's fine. I didn't bring andesite, which I should have done. Oh, mossy bricks would be good. Maybe not there, though. I think I like that better. Yep. I think that's it for this side. Like, I really don't think that there's much more we can do. You can't see anything we've done from down here. Just a little bit of the green. The only other advantage or vantage point would be here, and I feel like that looks pretty good. I might want to change. No, I guess that has to stay where it is. If I push this to something a little bit darker, and I didn't bring any fences, but if we put like a fence gate there, I think that'll work. Either spruce or dark oak. So remember that. I need to go get a spruce and dark oak stuff, which I need to go get anyway for the other side. Maybe I'll put one more piece of grass over there. Yeah. I think that works. That grass is a little distracting right there. But I can't think of anything else to go there. Maybe a fern. They're generally the same color. I think I like that better. It looks more like a leafy top than the grass does. We didn't try any saplings, any like azalea saplings, but I think the focus of this was mostly this guy. Alright, so now we need to go get some wood blocks and some andesite. Oh, that's really kind of you to say, Cosmic. It's always cool when people get inspiration from either the videos or from server mates that want to come and wander around. That's always a cool thing. I remember when I was working full time as an artist, you know, you'd be going to conventions and stuff like that, doing comic work. And you'd meet some, you know, usually they would be younger, but like I'm old, so most people are younger at conventions. And they would say like, you know, hey, I saw you last year here and you inspired me to draw more, you know, and try different things. And then they end up doing something really cool. And you're like, that's awesome. Like it's really cool when, you know, as an artist, you've inspired someone to do something like that. I'll bring this, and we don't need that. Andesite. I need the tough as well. I think that's it. I just put all those back before the stream, but whatever. Making performance art child-friendly is hard? Yes, I'd imagine it is. I was never a big performance art fan. Even, I mean, I did a fine art degree for folks that don't know, and I was not a fan of the whole performance art thing. Okay, so first things first. Try one of these, and we'll try one of those. I'm assuming because of the spruce here, this is just going to look like a weird spruce trapdoor. Yeah, I think we have to do dark oak for this to look like a branch. Yeah, that's fine. I figured that was going to be the case. Now, the andesite thing that I wanted to try was to extend this border here. And see if that makes a difference. Oh, my art history classes, it was all extreme performance art that we were learning about, so it wasn't anything really. It was extreme for the sake of being extreme, which that's what I wasn't on board with that kind of stuff. So if we do that, we might be able to get away with removing this stone border. And I put those shulker boxes up at their dumb spot. Let's try that. Because I'm still not 100% happy with the way that this looks. And here I think as an experience coming up to it's a little bit harsh. I feel like having a strip here does kind of have a nice transition. Yeah, it's definitely a softer transition from the ground experience anyway. You have some things that you wish you could unsee thanks to college? Yeah. I think the creepiest thing that I saw as art in college, but I did like, is, I can't remember the name of the artist, but somebody was like preserving animals in formaldehyde, but then they had cut the animal like in half. Think about like any of those Funko Pops that you've seen where like they reveal the skeleton and the guts and stuff inside of a Funko Pop. Like, have you seen those? Anyway, it was like that, but it was a real animal, like a shark. But it was huge. It was like a tiger shark or something like that. It was like 14 feet long. And you got to see it kind of like behind glass, all completely preserved. So it was kind of like a little bit of science and biology and a little bit of art at the same time, or like a lot of both. But I liked it. It was unnerving, but it was, you know, and they didn't do it with anything cute. Like, they weren't doing it with bunny rabbits or domestic animals like cats or dogs. They were doing it with like animals, like big animals, and usually animals that had died of natural causes. Like, so that was the whole statement, you know, that the artist was trying to make. So from up here, it looks okay. And unfortunately, like I said, I put my shulker boxes in the wrong spot over here to compare it, but I think it needs some sort of solid edge for sure. And unfortunately, I've left myself a weird kind of pattern here, because there's 1, 2, 3. There's essentially 4 lines, right? Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diagonal lines there. And so one thing I was thinking of was, I think in the other location, I did cobblestone and chiseled. But then those were on the outside of furnaces. So I could try that again. But what I was thinking would be cool is if I did cobblestone and something. So for example, like if we replaced all of this with cobblestone, just as an example. Hunter, you've reached the end of your first hour. Thanks very much. We'll complete this test and see. That is exactly what I just put there. And then, like I said, if we took this and brought this back, I don't know that cobblestone and andesite is the right combo. It's not awful. Problem is that this is not going to be symmetrical. Whatever we do, it has to be like a blanket pattern that's all over the place. See, I find this too noisy. So I think this better, more subtle. But I just don't like the way that this ends up being here. Maybe we can change this to be stone. Yeah, that doesn't really work either, does it? I guess we could do like a different block. Take one look at that before we take a break. Must have missed Mojang adding the block something to Minecraft. Yeah. Don't forget the block and the block. Those are both really good too. Yeah, that's too repetitive. I do like the edge that it gives. Maybe the trick is going to be to repeat the furnace and andesite thing all the way around. And who's to say, like, we could have the stone border here, but then just have the stone brick border there, and then just have this here. Have it stop right there. But anyway, I'm going to take that break so I don't get too far past the hour. If you are new to the channel, I do this once an hour. I just said doo-doo. You heard it here first. No, sorry, probably wasn't first. Anyway, we are going to step away from the computer and take a break. You should too. Grab a snack, grab a friend. We will be right back. Hopefully we do not have too many spawns outside. Like we're okay. Sleep right away. So I wanted to try some furnace, so we have to go back downstairs again. I really need to come in here and fix these tables. They're starting to bug me. How many were there? I don't know if we have enough. Want these? Yeah. Let's just bring the whole thing. So obviously we have several oak tables. This may or may not give us the table back. Oh, it does. Okay. I mean, there's no stuff on them, so obviously we didn't do too much with them. But this is what I have to do for all of the data pack stuff that's been broken. It's not the end of the world, it's just a pain. Thankfully, nothing on top of them comes off because those are all armor stand things. When I'm walking through this room several times, you know, a stream to go back downstairs, it feels so off-putting. Now this is all chairs, I think. And they end up being the fancy ones, which I don't like. Yeah, I don't like the fancy ones. I much prefer simple, or even just the one tier up. But the extra fancy ones are not my favorite. Alright, that at least stops looking like amateur hour. Nice. Yeah, getting the item back is at least nice. I definitely used Spreadsheets Animal when I was playing Satisfactory. Absolutely. Alright, let's put this there. And then let's move all of these. Just so we can see the edge of the thing here. Furnace. Oh, and a site was the other thing I needed. So we could try this here where there'd be a furnace in the corner. Oh, that doesn't work out. That's annoying. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Alright, so much for that idea. Crap. That doesn't look good either. I think the closest we've come has been the strip of andesite like that. No, it doesn't really work either. Alright, well, that's as close as I've come so far, so we'll leave that. And we'll put that on the other side and see if we end up liking it. Is that really the edge? 55. Yep, okay. And that makes sense with this here then too. I just don't know about this strip of stone, if it's going to look funny. Rogue 733, welcome in. Yeah, the pattern here, it's not harder, it's just I'm struggling to figure out what blocks I can put where to have it look right. I think we might end up just pushing the bricks all the way up to the edge. I think that might be the simplest thing. It's the fact that I didn't give enough room, I think. I mean, one thing I could do is we took these and we pushed them in and made them bigger, and we took these and we moved them over. I could move these up one and then give this border like all the way along, and that might help. Because are these actually off center? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they are even. So we could like push this one block farther this way and then create like a full strip right along here, at which point we probably could use just stone instead of the andesite. But then we'd run into the same problem of the stone coming up against stone. So I could try that here and see what it looks like. So just like pop that up. I think the issue is that I've not had like a hard set of rules because it's been so kind of like unplanned. And when you don't have a set of rules for a mosaic, you end up with mistakes being made. And that reduces the number here as well. So there's an even number here so that we've got stone, 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 or like there's 5. So if you count stone, andesite, stone, andesite, stone, then there's actually 5 rows in between instead of 6. Rogue, thank you. We've been working on it for a while, back and forth on a couple different streams. We kind of like, we take breaks, do something else, and then come back to it. I think I like that better. What do we think, chat? Do we like the full border? I guess then we could potentially switch this here. And then switch these back. You preferred the bricks all the way to the edge? Well, I think what we can do is we can do both. We'll try one side and one way, and we'll try the other. It's me, MLG. If you're bored playing Minecraft, I suggest playing something else. You know, no one says that you have to force yourself to play a game through boredom. I think the idea of video games as a hobby is that it should be fun. If you're not having fun, if you find yourself being bored, then I would say go do something else. Get inspired, you know, by other ideas. You know, for a really good example, Johnny Pixelriffs on the Spawn Chunks played Elden Ring, and then his entire idea of what he was going to do on Empire's SMP this season is all inspired by his, you know, 200 hours that he played Elden Ring. So, you know, there's that. I mean, if you are in the mood to play Minecraft, then I mean, watching people like Pixelriffs or I would say Whip, FWHIP, Mythical Sausage, Gemini Tay, oh gosh, Pearlescent Moon, like watching those kind of people and getting inspired by them, I think is cool. Yeah, I don't know if I like the andesite border. I think I might switch to stone. And it's funny how these look smaller now, even though they're the same size. I think I prefer it terminating at the edge of the drawbridge, but at the same time, I think the border looks better. This is cleaner to me here. So we'll try the same thing on this side, but we'll do a different border. One thing I do find tedious in Minecraft is when you have something built that you like, but then you decide it's going to look better 1 or 2 blocks, you know, to the left or right. And I find that process a real pain in the butt. We had somebody asking about that in our Spawn Chunks Discord today. They were designing an oil rig or something, and they wanted to move it, and so they wanted to figure out how to do some changes with command blocks. And Slice Lime has been making some tutorials, and seeing as they are someone that codes Minecraft for their job, watching their tutorials about how to use command blocks, I would say, is a pretty good place to start. Another good thing too is joining a community. Like if you've got a streamer that you like to support and they've got a Discord or something, then you can absolutely get involved that way and then watch what other people are doing in the community. And you'll find that you might get some inspiration that way too. So if we're going to have a border, I like the smooth stone border. Or stone border. I just call it smooth stone. I'm sure people know what I mean, even though I know that there's 2 smooth stones in the game. I feel like that distinction is pretty part of the culture in that now. I don't know why everything else is called polished andesite and polished granite, but then this is called smooth stone. I guess because this is made in the furnace and this is made by just, you know, like a grid. Having smooth stone or polished stone would be a cool block. Imagine this with like an edge on it. Getting different ideas from landscapes within the game is a good call too, Obu. I agree. Yeah, I think that's the best we've done so far. I think that I still want to try to do something more unique with these patterns. I just wonder if it was reversed, if it would look better. And since we did that change, does that mean we could change this up again? So, yeah. So we can do that now, where we couldn't before. Interesting. I wonder if that looks good along here too. I kind of like that. I think that might be the ticket. Or at least the ticket for now. I might change my mind. But after we make this adjustment, we'll move on and do the other side of the moat. Just so we can check something off on the to-do list. How does this go? I guess we get to complete the pattern on this side too if we move them forward. That's nice. One, two, three, four, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't know about that part. That's weird. I think it's a little bit confusing when I move these like one block at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's in line with this is where the change is. Why does it not work over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Weird. Is this whole thing just off? Oh yeah, totally is. I was doing it the wrong spot. Then that makes sense there. Oh yeah, it's dangerous when you start moving things around. You have to be kind of careful. That's why I don't do everything at once. Right? That's why I do one section at a time rather than the whole thing. Right, so I think that's pretty good. The only thing that, like I said, we might try is changing them to bricks. That looks good. That looks good. This is okay. I think we'll reverse this. Put that in the middle and these on the outside. Yeah. I mean, this is supposed to be its own little thing anyway. All right, so we'll get one last look from above, and then we'll try the stone bricks on one side. The only thing that the stone bricks are going to do is going to tie it into the moat a lot nicer. The edge of the moat. So like, if this is all stone brick here, and this is the border, then this part here is going to feel a little bit nicer, but I think I like it. The only thing that feels weird is that unfortunately we didn't think far enough ahead, and I put these buildings overlapping the mosaic, and had I really had a chance to think about it, what I should have done was make sure that this stone border was all the way around. So like this whole building would have been over by one block. This whole thing would have been back by one block, like that kind of a thing. But like, you know, this one thing about this project that I've been trying to focus on is like a yes and sort of situation. Let's just change this briefly and we'll see which one we like better. Back corner's off. Back left corner. So that one. We'll take a look. It's very possible. Yep, I think there's this. goes furnace, andesite, furnace, and then furnace, andesite, furnace, and then that. Oh, no, this is right. Yeah, why are there 2 blocks here? Oh, because this is... That's what it is. Yep. Thanks. Good eye, Kel. Thank you. That's the other danger of these things, is that you stare at them for too long. You're like, what am I looking at? So that's another issue too, is that, like, you know, I might even want to put some stuff over there just so that, because that feels kind of strange. Like this, we overlapped here by like a block. And all right, so we've got 2 experiences here. Let's just take, I guess we'll take the middle out here. So that's the transition: stone, brick, stone, and then the actual square. With some weirdness happening down here. We could also try to wrap this around and have it start or stop at a certain section. That could be kind of interesting too. It is a little bit less jarring. Yeah, you know, maybe we go with that. It'll be a little bit different when we have, like, you know, some texture in here. Have any cracked bricks on me? No. Yeah, you know, I think for simplicity's sake, let's go with stone brick. I think what's giving us the advantage here is that we have a really solid border. Both the andesite and the furnace have a line on the edge of the texture, so we have a really solid border here. Whereas on the other one, I don't know if we can see it from here without me going all the way down there. The other one, the outside edge, was the basalt. And I think having the brick and that border kind of helped that situation a lot. It's also hexagonal. So the other one, octagonal. And this is just a square. So yeah, okay, cool. I think that solves some of the weird border issues too, maybe. With the barracks here. Not really, but I guess maybe along here we could leave this stone. Because I like having a different texture than the wall. Leave that stone, and leave that stone, and then leave this brick. I think that's it. And Mary Minnow 4, welcome in. Thanks for chiming in, saying hi. Yeah, I think that's pretty good for now. I like the change of adding the andesite along the border. It makes it feel like more of an important thing going on. Yeah, I definitely want to put some stuff over there. All right, that thing is done so far. Now to put some of these shulkers back. Cool. And then we have to go over here and take a look and see what we can do over in this side. So this is where I think I want to pile up like hay and some other stuff. So where have we done some hay things? I feel like packed mud would look good. Hay would look good. Mud bricks would look good. We could do some salt maybe for the horses. Could be cool too in the stable. I've got another kind of like wagon over this way too. I think a beehive would look good back there. And birch and oak wood as well. I'm trying to think about where else we've done stuff like this. I guess we could put some fences in there. There's no stable in the west side, I don't think. That was something I was going to do outside, but we never got around to it. Yeah, I don't know what we could do for fence posts. I guess we could put fences like down there maybe. We'd have to sacrifice some of these signs. AJ, hello. Welcome in. Good to see you. So we've got oak. We're going to need barrels, mud brick, potentially composter. Don't know about crates, but we'll bring them anyway. Beehive. We're definitely going to need some trapdoors. Fences. Signs. And then concrete powder or... Actually, I feel like calcite would be good. That courtyard is going to be a big job. That's for sure. I want calcite. I'll bring up the mud. What else I want? Birch. I think that should be it. Anything else I'm sure I will stumble upon as I need it. You're getting sick. Oh, that sucks. I've got a number of friends that are sick right now. One of my best friends is doing her doctorate in Toronto. And she is just always getting sick because she's just so busy. She's always so run down. I mean, like, I tease her a little bit and say, like, you know, you should rest. And, like, wag my finger at her. But, like, there's nothing she can do. She has to do the work that she has to do. There's no rest for the wicked, I guess. I'm probably going to need some stone brick and other things. I'll just bring over cracked, mossy, and regular stone brick. Just for now. 6th season for sure, yeah. Alright, so in here, I'm happy, I think, with the path. It's a little narrow, but I don't know what else we would put in there. I guess we could maybe try another bush, but this seems like a strange spot for a bush. This is a really cool spot. Maybe what we could do here is have like a barrel and fill that with water and do like a little drain. That could be kind of a fun thing there. And then I feel like maybe this could be brought forward. Yeah, that does look better. I just don't know what to do with that brown texture just yet. I guess if there's water there, we could make this feel maybe mossy or something like that. Have a barrel there. Although, well, maybe. I don't know. But back here, I feel like part of this area, so this kind of section right here could very easily be... there's no room to get a wagon back here, so I can't just make a wagon. But I feel like I should put some hay bales back here. And I'm wondering if we could do it and make it look like it's covered. So we've got this roof hanging down like this. And I'm just wondering if we could do like another roof extension here. Either in spruce or in dark oak. I guess we could try to do it in... Yeah, we could try to do it in mangrove maybe. I'm just looking at the map here. So like the area where I'm pointing at is kind of what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking we do... We want to put the salt lick inside? That's probably a good idea. Where though? That's outside. That's outside. There's not really a point that we can put it. That would be the only spot. So if we did this, it would look like this inside. Which is not bad. It's just very white. Alternatively, we could have it outside somewhere. Like here, and then we could put stuff around it. Which I don't mind either. That's right. We'll leave it inside for now. If I was to try and create something out here, I guess I would use dark oak as a pillar. Maybe to there, and then could have something like that. Put a fence there. And then out here, we could add like little bits in the ground. And maybe even put something back there. So this would be like access. And this would probably end up being stone. minus whatever textures we messed around with. I wouldn't mind doing more, maybe cobblestone or something like that, but change some of this here. Yeah, then we could attach something there. I'm really curious now. I want to try and get a potential roof on this. Oh, thanks, Cosmic. I like the stable build too. I like the stable build too. Oh, inventory woes. Oh, I did have signs on me. Whoops. Yeah, so I don't need that. Let's go with dark oak stripped. So I'm thinking if we put a support back here, it might be something we could put like a small awning on top of. So like that maybe. Because you'd want to keep the hay dry, or at least out of the rain. When your inventory is so full you can't see the dirt blocks for trees. Oh, look. I don't know what they could possibly do. We've bounced all kinds of ideas around for inventory things. I mean, outside of making stack sizes bigger, I don't know what else you could use. Because really it's not how much of one thing I can carry, it's how many different things I can carry. I guess a big thing for me would be moving this book over somewhere here. That would make sense, or maybe up here. And then having this whole row be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 being your 5 like tool belt things. And then all this would be out of your inventory. I guess I don't really need my sword and my bow right now either. Right, so I can put all these in here just to help a little bit. But yeah, I feel like that's probably the easiest thing, is like putting everything next to the shield, you know, all up here in a row would make sense. I could see maybe moving the shield up a little bit higher. But that only gives you 5 extra spots. Like, that's a temporary fix. It doesn't really solve anything per se. I don't know whether I should make this straight across the back or at the angle I'm thinking of here. I guess this would technically be a stair. Might be a little bit low. This box has been disorganized a little while, I'd say. Let's see if we can fix that. Something the inventory could use as well as far as an overhaul is a change to, I think, some of the way things are displayed in your inventory. I feel like you could have a better way to distinguish between dark oak and spruce, for example. I came all the way over here for something else. I hate to rain on your parade. Square. Nice. But it's break time again. Well played. Let's see what you did there. It doesn't really make much sense. We probably would remove these ones. It looks a little bit strange, I think. Only because the overhang. I wonder if instead if I went straight like here instead of here. That's a little bit, well, no, because then, yeah, never mind. I think the stair was messing with me. I feel like I have this in the right spot. I'm not sure where else we would put it. Oh no, I like that better as hay. Never mind. Do that. And I don't know if I want this to be like fenced in. Or what? No, that doesn't make sense. That's not bad. I like having them back to it. Okay, time for that break. Let's go over here. I think there's a bed up here. Yes. Cool. I take a break once an hour, folks, if you are new, and it's that time. So I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Grab yourself a snack, maybe even tell a friend about the stream, and we will be right back. Oh, am I stuck back here? Oh, the bed threw me out on the wrong side. That's annoying. Not that I was planning on sleeping in there that often anyway, but here we are. So it looks a little bit straight, maybe. I'm wondering if we could angle the roof a little bit. And again, maybe not. Scaffolding. I thought this could look better as a stair. Feels like it makes a little bit more sense. And then this. Or maybe we do backward stair. I guess technically we sort of made a triangle, so it looks a bit funny. It just looks like a square on the map because of, I guess, the note block there. It might be better off for this to be spruce instead. I think from this angle it looks like more like it's part of the building next to it. Yeah, let's try that instead. I like being able to see the hay though from out here. Plus, if we do spruce, we could potentially drop this down into trapdoors. Too much stuff in the inventory. Oh, thanks, Cosmic. Yeah, it's been a pretty successful run, I think, of making it work as a space. Yeah, that feels more seamless as spruce because of the building that it's attached to. That makes more sense. And I could put one of these here, kind of cap it off. That could probably work. This stuff, however, is going to be the tricky parts. And I might even want to try to put some other things out here. And because of all this stonework, I kind of feel like I want to take this path. I don't know why they'd need to come around back, but I sort of want to bring this all the way through here. In the same way we did on the other side. Maybe not that far. It's always tough to think about like what sort of stone block looks run down, you know, next to dirt, because we don't have like a mossy a dirt version of like a mossy brick. Before 120 comes around, do you think other folks on the server would be interested in a group netherite mining session? Probably. Yeah, that makes sense. I want to go get some netherite before 1.20, that's for sure. The problem for us is that where we don't reset, our nether is just massive. And we have to like go really far to get stuff. And I built that blackstone netherite hall, and I think it's too close to the original chunks, you know? So I'd want to put something on top of that. And I guess I'm okay with the way that this looks. Trapdoor's better. So I like the hay. We're going to put something on top of that. I don't think we need anything up here, but try that maybe. not bad. Hard to see at night, obviously. Want to try and organize something for us, but I don't have the brain power. We're ABBA caving at the moment. Yeah, you could just put like a date and just be like, hey, I want to go grind out some netherite, and anybody that's welcome, anybody that wants to come with. If you're too busy, you're too busy, you know? So hopefully this small change here will make a big difference. Yeah, I think that helps a bit. Definitely makes it feel like the both buildings have kind of combined to make this. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think the only thing I'm missing is just some mini blocks. And then I need to go get a couple buckets of water. Oh, there's a mini block right there. So on this side, I think I do want to increase the height of that andesite rock there. That'll help. Pop something in the Discord after the stream. Want to try and make sure Maccast has a chance involved. Yeah, I feel like right now people are pretty busy, so it's always a good idea to try and... Oh, that's going to do that, isn't it? That's annoying. Maybe we have to move this over by one. And that sort of looks like a drain. I don't mind it. Alternatively, we could put it out here. A little bit more visual there. I don't mind it there. We could also tighten it up here. Oh, but then it hangs at a funny angle. Yeah, I think it was better before. But then what do we do with that space? As I guess I could put another barrel in there. I don't remember dealing with that. I guess that's because there's a fireplace in here. Oh yeah, we're just gonna move that basalt block. Can't see it anyway. Does that fire even need to be on? My guess is probably not. Well, maybe for in here. Take a look at night. Well, there's that too, so we might be okay. Oh, that looks awful. That just looks like it's in the way. I think we'll use tripwire hooks instead. Probably look a little bit nicer. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, too repetitive. Darn it. Okay, so the only thing I'm not so crazy about is this right here. And how square that is. It's a little bit better. Maybe I could put this here. Yep, I'll just change the direction. Now back here, I think the thing to do is going to be to just come in here and just remove all of this and turn it back into grass. It's probably going to be the easiest thing. And then we'll figure out what's happening here. I imagine we'll probably put some sort of greenery up here, but I want to make sure I don't do too much because these tall walls of the keep are going to change. They're going to get a gradient on them. And when we get to that, so tackle that next. So I need tripwire hooks and grass. Meek Peak, thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you being here. So we'll get grass. Everything is all over the place. I need andesite. And tripwire hooks. Of which I only have one. What point do we think you'll get to the keep? I want to leave it till almost last. Mainly because I feel like I do need some I have some research that I have to do, I think. There is definitely going to be some pre-planning with the keep. I think that's probably fine. I don't mind the combo with the path block, but I think we're going to need to do something different here, and I think a clean slate is usually the easiest way to go. And here is where I think we might want to push this back just a little bit. Number one tip for new builders. Give yourself a lot of space. And if you're new, use reference. Not necessarily watching somebody else play Minecraft, but like look up models or check out Pinterest and look up like Lego builds. Lego builds are a really cool way to try and bring something new into Minecraft. That's not like it's already in a blocky form, but you're not copying like another Minecraft build. That's another good tip. I personally like working in even numbers. Doing floor plans first is usually pretty good, but like, you know, working in like 9 by 11 or 13 by 15 or like that kind of thing. And try to break out from doing rectangles all the time. Try to do things like T shapes or L shapes and stuff like that. And I think the other thing that I've learned is putting more oomph in your roofs. So, you know, going up by 2 and then in by 1 and then up by 2, making them steeper, it makes them look cooler. I think those are the easiest first tips, right? Right, I need, what kind of a bush do I want to put over there? I guess mangrove. Jungle, azalea, and mangrove. And bricks. Worry about the texture later. I just want to pop these down. Cosmic just writing furiously. Huh? Yeah. Anything else? You sure? Is that it? Yeah, I feel like that feels pretty solid. We can put some mossy brick in here as well. So here, I want to make this a little bit taller, and I don't want to overdo it. So I'm just going to try and put in a couple of bricks. I feel like that could be big enough. Yeah, just enough of an overlap. Now it's all gray, so it's not the easiest thing. Yeah, I don't mind that. that feels a little square. Maybe we'll just bump this forward a bit. Make sure it looks good from both sides. Yeah, looks like a rock. Maybe put this here. Gonna be very samey. And might want to move that other piece forward. And that needs to be lower, and the side needs to be higher. Kel, I like it. Picasso. We'll do that. Nope. This and flip this to there. And then this needs to be lower. Yeah, that's good. And then I guess the only thing we need to do is just maybe pull some of this bush back here a bit. You can't really see any of that from down here, I don't think. Maybe if we were over here. A little bit, not much. Might be worth bringing in a little bit of flowering azalea too. Moss carpet. Bring in all the flowers. Yeah, I'm just thinking that, like, you know, some of these might pop up and have a little bit going on. This kind of stuff is tough because there's just a lot of like running back and forth. Yeah, I think we'll change this to have this lower one be that instead. Thinking like, you know, the bushes that get the most sunlight are probably going to be the ones that have the most going on. And then I'm going to need... I'm going to put some carpet down here. Try to keep this fairly simple. Yeah, just kind of gives a little bit more of an edge to that. Although I think maybe, can I even get up here? Probably not. Oh, yes I can. Maybe one more. Just to help. Yeah, so removes that flat edge, gives you like a little bit more going on up there. I'm tempted to actually have one of these be a bush block instead. Can't really see from down here. What about the south entrance? It's just up so high. I know we can see it from a bunch of different places. Go up on the wall. Whoop. Can't really see it here. These are kind of unfinished, aren't they? I'll have to do a once over once I think I've finished everything. Yeah, I can't see it back here either. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. It certainly sort of says like, hey, it's complete, but don't feel like you have to come back here and do anything. So we'll just grab some grass and maybe a couple of ferns. Can't think of anything else that could go back there that would be needed, so sometimes it's good to not overdo it. Like we've got this really key kind of like hay overhang, hay storage place, so I don't want to like push it too much. And I can't put grass there because of that, so we'll do there. That might be too much. Yeah, not a big fan of the grass there, so we'll remove it on this side. It's one of those things that's just so bright unless you put it behind something. But it feels like it's okay here. I don't think I want to go up the wall. Nah, it's confusing as to what's what. I like it better just as a small bush. And so we've got darker stuff back there. Now in here, I think we'll do just a little bit of rearranging with the soil. And we'll just try to get more of the rooted dirts down here. Oh, no, that was better as an azalea bush, wasn't it? Go. I don't know whether that would look better with roots underneath it or not. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, that feels a little bit weirdly repetitive. There we go. Raysoon, hello. Or Raysoon, sorry. It looks good up close, but then when you back up, it just looks like a lot of grass. So we'll axe this one. I really can't see the grass down here at all. Yeah, I think that helps with some of the repetition. Yeah, I like that idea too, Cosmic. The idea of seeing some hint of greenery and looks like it's kind of a place that's been around. The trick that, who was it that I was listening to? Scar. I was watching Good Times with Scar this morning as I was eating breakfast, and something that he mentioned was like, whenever you're building, and this is, I guess, go back to that initial tip that someone asked about, like, you know, tips for new builders. Remember that the landscape that you're building on, by pure just definition and the nature of things, has been here longer than the build that you're building. So if you're building something and the land around it doesn't look like it's been here longer, then you need to make some adjustments. Or, I mean, you shouldn't need. You should consider making some adjustments. So my texture just kind of stopped here. Oh, did I bring Mossy? I didn't bring Mossy. Oh, definitely feel the distance. I say distance, air quotes. I've just been back and forth so much today. Yeah, so for example, like if this, you know, And then to make the build look old, you can add any kind of like overlap. Helps considerably. So overlapping colors as best you can is usually a good idea. There you go. Textured. I think that all looks good. And I don't think we need anything else along here. Get this all done. That's all finished. That looks good. Oh yeah, it's just the water buckets in here. Or I think that's going to stay like that, but I think we could do water here. I think you can see that from out front. You can see it coming down this way for sure, so that's cool. And it almost looks like they could probably get some water from there, which is nice. Naturally reusing the rainwater. So it's just this space right here and what to do with it. I think I'm going to make it look a little bit more wet. But then this has to change. And I don't know what the pattern is inside here. Well, that's just the hearth. Okay. So that could be its own thing. I think I'll just put another smooth stone there. And I think between this and lighting up the parade square, that's the only thing we have really left to do in the area. So this looks very out of place, but we're going to do that. And then I want to extinguish this just to kind of see what that does. So it's not spawnable. There's a light up there. Yeah, I like that better. Obviously, we're going to have some zeros back here, but I don't know what else to do. Other than putting like glow lichen on the back of this rock. Where there's really just not much. I could hang a lantern in here, I guess. Somewhere. Maybe. Hanging a lantern there. So there's... Visually, I feel like that gets very bright, though. I don't think I'd want to see another lantern back there. And it almost, but not quite, solves the problem. And it's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be some little spots we have to sacrifice. This is where, even with the new fantastic improved spawning rules, this is where I really feel like the endgame players should have something to change that. Let's just take a look and see what glow lichen looks like. I'll show you what I mean when the glow lichen is on shaders. Unfortunately, I think it's not going to be something I can do. It's probably something that's going to look great in vanilla game, but then with shaders it's going to look terrible. Galaxy Boy, hello. Thanks for coming in to say hi. So if I put glow lichen right here, right, like nearly solves the issue. But if I turn on shaders, it looks like that, which I think looks terrible. And it sort of lights that up a little bit, but I think this is all pretty dark too. Oh no, we got this sorted. I think most of the zeros that are left are on roofs. That's usually the spot that I miss. So that's going to be left, I think. So in here we need, I think, a couple spots here to make it look wet. And I don't know what to do here. I guess we could just fill it in with like bricks. But I like the idea of having the pathway look like it kind of curves there. I mean, I guess I could also put something there, like a crate or something. Or a composter. Friends. Where'd the other guy go? There was two. We get a lot of guys spawning now. Some of the alleyways are pretty dark. Yeah, so I don't want to put blocks here because it makes this too narrow. It's just coarse dirt right now. It's not awful, but it's not the most flavorful. Maybe that's the way to do it. Or I could pull in some tuff, maybe. I shall switch that around. West Hill by day, Mob Hill by night. Yeah, that is not inaccurate. Right, I don't want those. And I needed something that looks like wet dirt. And some tuff. Thanks very much, Cosmic. Appreciate that. Alt. Tough. I think one of the most challenging things about getting into builds like this with the nitty-gritty stuff is the just getting down to where you're almost done. You know? And like you don't want to just leave it. A little bit too... Anything darker? Nope. I'm looking for something a different color than the goose trapdoor. Maybe reverse that. Might have to go darker. Also want to make sure I'm not touching that soul sand when I run by. I don't think I am. Yeah, it's the trial and error of going back and forth, right? Of trying to figure out what's gonna look the best. Gray terracotta. I feel like that's what I've used before. That's not really noticeable. And let's switch this out somehow. So all I did there was I was noticing that the tuff was lined up. So just moving them so that they're kind of on an angle from one another. Mine usually helps. WDo23, thank you so much. 5 gift subs going out to the community. That went out to Rosamore, Animal, Varen the Crow, cool username, and Von Morjo, also a cool username. Sounds like a Star Wars character. And Local. Thanks very much, WDo23. Really appreciate the support. All right, I sort of feel like this texture kind of pulls you in. Get these arcs that are kind of going into the alleyway. That's kind of the goal here. And I'll handle the texture up here later. I think we've got everything done. Don't remember missing anything. Nothing looks out of place. I like the wet sort of look there. And yeah, I guess the only thing that we have not attempted to fix today has been the lighting issue out here. But that's going to involve, I think, redesigning the landing for the drawbridge. I think that's going to be a thing we have to just change. So So we did manage to make some adjustments to the parade square. It now has a more solid border to it. Get in the middle here. Yeah, so it has a much solid border to it. We decided to go against the smooth stone. So we'll have to texture all of this probably when I handle this road. And this road, we'll just do it all at once so it all flows nicely. We kept the smooth stone on the north side because it's a nice transition into the courtyard inside the barracks, which is cool. Yeah, and then we did the thicket over here. Just a very simple kind of bush layout, color depth, layers, just to kind of make this feel like it's not been forgotten about, but it's obviously not a used space, you know? And then we did the same thing over here, except for we had more space over here. So what we did was we added this little hay barn, or I'm not sure what you want to call it. It's like an open air area just outside here. And then we extended this rock up a bit and finished off all this so that it just doesn't look like it's forgotten about. This may change. One thing I'm not crazy about is the fact that the rock and the keep are the same color there. So I feel like we're going to create a gradient on the keep or do something to help differentiate that, but we'll see. It makes sense that the keep would be built on some solid bedrock. So I think anytime we see grass up like this, I want to make sure that there's some really rocky areas. We've got another section over there that's all grass, and I want to change that to look like it's more bedrock. That might mean changing this to be deep slate or something to make this dark. I don't know. We'll see what looks good in the future. But yeah, a lot of progress. Yeah, no, I think we managed to check something off, which is good, so we can do that before we log out. I'm going to also quickly check to make sure that my raid target is streaming. I believe they are. They started, I think, roughly the same time we did. Yes. We're going to send you on to somebody new. Calvin from Blind Wave is streaming. Blind Wave is a reaction YouTube channel. They're fantastically funny and nerdy folk. They do use adult language, just in case you have small humans on your lap, or if you are in yourself a small human watching this, then just kind of be aware that there may be some adult language, but they're not vulgar so much as they are just, you know, adults. And I really like their content. It's Blind Wave on YouTube, but it's also Blind Wave here on Twitch. Make sure you refresh the channel here so that we can make sure that all 45 of you get sent over to the raid, because it's always fun to make sure that everybody here gets sent on and enjoys a cool new place to hang out. Where is my book? I think it's in here. And we get to check stuff off. West Tiger Roads. Parade Square Light. Define areas above the moat. That took all day, but it's done. And I think that's really the only thing we've done. Those are all to be completed. Parade Square Light. That's something we have not done yet. Southgate. Like, really, with the textures of the roads and the lighting of the Parade Square, we're going to be moving on to the keep, the surrounding countryside, and the curtain wall, and then the rivers. So we're getting there. Oh, cancel. That was close. Okay. That back. If you would like to get more stuff like this, you can check out the VOD channel on YouTube. That's youtube.com/JoelDugganVods. You can also check out Patreon as a way to support the content that I make. And you can check out the podcasts that I do, the Citadel Cafe and the Spawn Chunks podcasts. They are available wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Make sure you leave a rating and a review on those sites. It helps us find new listeners. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel because it helps us find more eyeballs. And you know what? Tell a friend. You know, we're trying to grow the channel this year. And if you like what we've been doing, by all means, share it around. That's going to be it for me. I'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock Atlantic. That's UTC minus 3 hours. And we'll see you then. Bye for now. Thanks, folks.